This is Partho Genesis Love with a video today about consciousness and existence. The nature of reality, existence, and consciousness has been explored by philosophers, scientists, and spiritual thinkers throughout history. In the modern era, our understanding of the universe is shaped by advances in quantum mechanics, theories of times, and ideas of determinism. These concepts are often seen as mutually exclusive or disconnected, but new research and theoretical breakthroughs suggest that they may be, in fact, deeply woven into a tapestry that's interconnected. By exploring determinism, time's nonlinearity, retrocausality, and the ways they interact, we can begin to understand how seemingly disparate ideas might be reconciled. This video will delve into these theories and their intersections, providing a nuanced view of how the universe, consciousness, and reality might be far more complex than we originally imagined. So, what's our philosophical definition of determinism? Determinism is a philosophical concept that every event or state of affairs, including human thoughts and actions, is the outcome of preceding events in accordance with the laws of nature. It's the view that given the state of a universe at a particular time, the law of physics and causality ensure that only one outcome is possible. This view is often contrasted with indeterminism, the idea that some events are not determined by prior causes and can occur randomly or unpredictably. Determinism challenges notions of free will as it implies that all choices and actions are the result of prior causes, leaving no room for alternative possibilities. Classical determinism, as proposed by figures like Laplace, suggests a universe in which everything is preordained and inevitable if one could know the initial conditions of all the particles in the system. So let's get into the many worlds theory of quantum mechanics. The many worlds interpretation, MWI, of quantum mechanics, also referred to as the multiverse theory, proposes that all possible outcomes of quantum events actually occur, but in separate, non-interacting branches of the universe. This idea arose as an alternative to the Copenhagen interpretation, which posits that quantum particles exist in a state of probability until observed, at which point they collapse into a single state. According to the many worlds interpretation, when a quantum event occurs with multiple possible outcomes, the universe splits into different versions, with each possibility being realized in a separate branch. These parallel worlds, often referred to as branches or universes, coexist independently, but are causally disconnected from one another. The multiverse theory challenges our classical understanding of reality, suggesting a vast interconnected web of parallel worlds, each with its own history and future. So let's talk about time and nonlinearity. Time, as traditionally understood in physics, is linear, with events occurring in a fixed sequence, past, present, future. However, some theories, especially those emerging from quantum mechanics and cosmology, suggest that time may be more complex. Nonlinear time proposes that time does not always follow a straight line, and events may be connected across different points in ways that defy traditional cause and effect, limited by human understanding. Nonlinearity implies that the past, present, and future may influence each other in ways that are not bound by a conventional arrow of time. Retrocausality is an example of this, where events in the future actually affect the past. This concept introduces the idea that the flow of time might be more like a web or network of interconnected moments rather than a simple linear progression. The nature of time remains one of the most puzzling aspects of both philosophy and physics. So, how do we reconcile the multiverse and retrocausality? Retrocausality, the idea that future events can influence past ones, finds an intriguing intersection with the multiverse theory of quantum mechanics. In the multiverse theory, when a quantum event occurs with multiple possible outcomes, different branches of the universe emerge to represent each possible outcome. In this framework, retrocausality could work by allowing future decisions or observations in one universe to affect the events in another, potentially influencing the state of quantum systems that have already occurred. This connection between retrocausality and the multiverse challenges the classical view of time as strictly linear, suggesting that time and causality may operate in a more complex, interconnected manner across different realities. The multiverse provides a setting where retrocausality could be realized, allowing for an interplay between future and past events across parallel universes. What about the interaction of determinism and retrocausality? The interplay between determinism and retrocausality is one of the most controversial and debated topics in philosophy and physics. Determinism holds that the future is entirely shaped by the present and past, implying that there is no room for retrocausal influences. However, retrocausality proposes that future events can influence the past, which seems to undermine a deterministic view of reality. This paradox has led some theorists to explore whether determinism itself might be modified to allow retrocausality. Some argue that retrocausal events could be incorporated into a deterministic framework by expanding our understanding of causality, such that events in the future might serve as a series of boundary conditions that help determine the course of past events. This would imply that the future could be as causally necessary as the past, and that determinism could coexist with retrocausality, provided we rethink our traditional understanding of time and causality. Let's get a little more complicated. We're going to intersect determinism, multiverse, and nonlinearity. When we combine determinism, the multiverse, and nonlinearity, we enter a more abstract and complex territory. In a multiverse where all possible outcomes occur, determinism would suggest that each branch of the universe follows a predefined path based on initial conditions. However, nonlinearity complicates this view by suggesting that time does not flow in a simple fixed direction. The interaction of these concepts suggests that the multiple branches of the universe could follow different timelines, yet still remain constrained by deterministic rules in their development. Nonlinearity introduces the possibility that the paths of different universes may not be strictly causal or lineal, allowing for deviations or changes in the course of events. This could mean that while determinism governs each branch, the structure of reality itself is not confined to a simple linear progression of events. What about nonlinearity, retrocausality, and determinism? The combination of nonlinearity, retrocausality, and determinism forms an even more intricate model of reality, one that incorporates elements of free will choice and interdependence of past, present, and future events. In this view, future events may not only influence past ones through retrocausality, but those events could also unfold within a nonlinear framework of time that transcends classical cause and effect. Determinism could still hold in the sense that each branch of reality follows a specific path, but the nonlinearity of time and retrocausality allow for a more flexible, dynamic interpretation of how those paths unfold. Retrocausality could thus be seen as a mechanism that helps to shape the deterministic structure of the universe, where the universe and the future informs the past in a way that is not restricted to the usual linear understanding of time. So, what about the intersection of the multiverse and conscious thought that transcends dimensions? One of the more speculative and intriguing intersections is between the multiverse and conscious thought, particularly when considering the idea of consciousness that transcends dimensions. If the multiverse contains an infinite number of parallel realities, it opens the possibility that conscious beings may exist across multiple universes, potentially with awareness of or access to other dimensions. This raises questions about the nature of consciousness itself, whether it is confined to a single universe or whether it can transcend the boundaries of individual realities. Some philosophical and spiritual traditions suggest that consciousness is not limited to the material world, but exists beyond the physical realm. In a multiverse model, this could mean that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of reality that stretches across dimensions, influencing and perceiving events in different universes simultaneously. This would suggest that consciousness, as we understand it, could operate on a much grander scale than we could ever really imagine. Now, spiritual collective consciousness also can exist outside of physical reality, and this is almost axiomatic. The concept of a spiritual collective consciousness that exists beyond physical reality aligns with ideas from both mysticism and modern physics. Many spiritual traditions assert that there is a unified collective consciousness that transcends individual physical experiences. This consciousness is often described as being outside of time and space, existing in a non material realm. In the context of the multiverse, this could be understood as a consciousness that exists across all parallel universes, connecting all beings through shared spiritual experience. This notion suggests that our individual awareness is part of a greater collective consciousness that is not bound by the limitations of the physical world. The collective consciousness could be seen as a unifying force that spans the multiverse, linking all realities and transcending the boundaries of time, space, and physical existence. So, now what about an intersection of all of these concepts when brought together? When we bring together ideas of determinism, the multiverse, time's nonlinearity, retrocausality, and the consciousness, we are faced with a radically new understanding of the nature of reality. These concepts, while seemingly disparate, can form a cohesive framework for understanding the universe and our place within it. In this framework, the multiverse provides the backdrop for infinite possibilities, each unfolding in a nonlinear fashion, while retrocausality allows the future to influence the path, breaking the constraints of time linearity. Determinism governs each branch of reality, but in a way that allows for flexibility and complexity. Consciousness, whether individual or collective, transcends the physical world, linking all realities across all dimensions. This interconnected web of concepts suggests that our understanding of reality is far more intricate and dynamic than previously thought, with the potential for new insights into the very nature of existence itself. In conclusion, the intersection of determinism, the multiverse, retrocausality, nonlinearity, and consciousness presents a profoundly complex vision of reality. By reconsidering traditional notions of time, causality, and the nature of consciousness, we open up new possibilities for understanding the universe and our place within it. The multiverse offers a model for infinite realities, while retrocausality and nonlinearity suggest that time and causality are far more flexible than we previously have understood them. Determinism continues to play a key role in this framework, but is adapted to accommodate the dynamic and interconnected nature of these concepts. Ultimately, these interactions challenge our deepest assumptions about the universe, offering a more expansive and unified view of existence. I also have some sources in the comments. We have an article from Barrett and Byrne about quantum mechanics and the many worlds interpretation. We have an article from Baggett, The Many Worlds of Quantum Mechanics, Understanding the Multiverse. We have an article from Price, known as it's actually a book, I'm sorry, which is about the arrow of time and a study in the nature of time and causality. We also have an article about nonlinear time and retrocausality in quantum physics. And we have a last article by Sheldrake, which is The Presence of the Past, Morphic Resonance and the Habits of Nature. We have one more book, which is from Varela, Thompson, and Rosh, The Embodied Mind, Cognitive Science and Human Experience from MIT Press. If you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome aboard to Safe Space. If you're returning, I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protection if you so deserve it. Woodman signing off, wishing you a wonderful and blessed day. Take care.